I'm Senator I.D. Gyang from Plateau North,
Okay.
Senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay. First, would like to comment about the killings in Jos, United States.
It is a sad development that at a time where the entire humanity and the nation is grappling with how to overcome the scourge of coronavirus, and at a time that the entire humanity and the nation is sober, seeking the face of God for divine intervention to see how God will help us come out of what I would want to term a weapon of mass destruction. My constituency, 3 villages in Irigwe Chiefdom of Bassa local government, on 31st of March and 1st of April were visited by killer bandits who left in their wake 10 dead persons, burning whole villages, and at a time that the whole nation, like I said, is sober and in a prayer mood. Here we have a set of people who have no fear of God and no value for human life, visiting helpless communities with bloodbath. I find this very reprehensible. I find this very condemnable. And it's unfortunate at a time that we in my constituency, Plateau North, having resolved to peacefully coexist and are now with all effort in peace building and to strengthen the existing peace, here we are being visited with horror and terror. It is very, very condemnable.
Okay, let's look at the issue that at hand now, the issue of coronavirus ravaging every part of the world, and Nigeria is having its own fair share of it. I want to ask you, would you say our health system has completely collapsed or does not have the capability to cope with this scourge?
It's unfortunate that as a nation we were ill prepared for this level of scourge on our health by the coronavirus because of prolonged neglect and inability and refusal to address the very critical issues of providing basic health equipment and facilities for the nation. And to that extent, we are now facing the consequence of our neglect, the consequence of our irresponsibility, the consequence of our refusal as governments over the years, to the very present government that we're in, to give attention to things that matter, to prioritize the things that matter. And I want to say that the time has come that both the rich and poor, the well-to-do and not so well-to-do, we are now restricted to the confines of our nation. That we have neglected and refused and abandoned the things that matter to our well-being and the health of our people. Now we are facing the consequence. And it's unfortunate, and it's a lesson that we must draw from instantly and do the needful without any further delay.
Going forward, don't you think the Nigerian Senate needs to look at this angle of trying to meet with the executive to actually develop the Nigerian healthcare system?
As I'm talking to you, by the time we reconvene, whatever that time will be, the topical issue will be the health and well-being of the people. And to that extent, like I said, we have to prioritize and take a look at what should come first. Already now, the issue is basic survival, the issue of life and livelihood. So first is to be alive, and second is how to sustain the life. That is the issue of livelihood. So when it has to do with life is now threatened by virus, this coronavirus, and of course other infirmities that have been there for long. And the inability to develop the right health infrastructure, the infrastructure that is necessary and required to tackle these issues is something that the Senate will now give attention and priority to. And secondly, as you address that issue of the health and well-being, I've said it addresses the issue of the people to be alive and to be alive well. The next thing is livelihood, and livelihood has to do with capacity to sustain the life, and that has to do with basic issues of food security and well-being of the people. So you have to address the issues of poverty. So the health issues and the issues of poverty are two twin issues that must be prioritized by the Senate and of course the National Assembly and of course the executive arm of government. So these twin issues of the health and well-being of the people, which is for the people, for life to be preserved and for that life to be free from all sorts of diseases and sicknesses and viruses. And the second is to enable the people, empower the people by addressing the issues of poverty so that the people can have the wherewithal to sustain life.
Okay, finally for me, as the country continues to battle this coronavirus issue, do you think the government is actually doing enough to actually ensure that this time is also pull out of the nation's history?
We are caught up in a fire brigade approach because the things that we needed to do from the beginning, we toyed with it, but we must say that all hands are now on deck, and all the measures that are being put in place to ensure that emphasizing the issues of basic hygiene, social distancing, and all the other measures that have been put in place, and the facilities that government is putting to also address the issues that have to do with those that are already infected, and above all to prevent the spread of the virus is something that I'm asking Nigerians to support. Every one of us should be involved in this. It is a battle for all of us. It's not just for government. So we should all be supportive of the measures and the steps that government has taken, even though not adequate, but we do the possible. We do the possible with what we have at hand. And I want to appreciate also the private sector that are coming in massively with aid in terms of financial support to support government and to put in place the facilities and the structures that will help to stem the tide of this virus.
I want to ask you two questions. One, I want to take you back to the bandit destruction in your village and your constituent. The question is, the nation is totally locked down as it is now. Was it also true that the security apparatus in Plateau was locked down because of the situation that gave you room for this bandit to ravage everywhere like that?
Like I said, it's unfortunate that at a time that we are all facing this scourge and the whole nation is in a sober mood seeking the face of God for divine intervention, in addition to the efforts that we are doing as government and people. It's unfortunate that we have a set of people that would want to take advantage of this situation that people are staying at home to go and attack, kill, and destroy lives and property. It is also unfortunate that the security were not on hand to give the needed assistance to the community and to arrest, to prevent the death of 10 persons in that same community on 31st of March and then 1st of April. So what I did was to also engage the Commissioner of Police and to urge them to rise up to ensure that they live up to their primary responsibility of securing the lives of citizens, not only those in the urban areas, but as those in the rural areas as well, because lives of rural dwellers also matter. And he told me that there's going to be some deployment. Unfortunately, yesterday night again, same community, the bandits invaded the community and succeeded in burning the village because the people had to relocate to other villages, and for safety of lives, because life is first before any property. And they went again to burn the community that was vacated by the villagers. So this is very unfortunate, condemnable. But this thing is intended to set us in my constituency back from the peace that we're enjoying. And I've appealed to my constituents to reject any attempt to see that as an act of criminality, evil, which the bandits represent, and that is not that does not represent the people of Plateau North. These people come from wherever they come from to create mayhem in our constituency, but we as a people have resolved that we are not part of that. We would not allow anyone to disrupt the peace that is in the constituency, and I urge the security to please wake up and ensure that the bandits, wherever they are coming from, that they put an end to that. And it is important that if we don't enforce law, we would be incentivizing criminality. Wherever there is lack of enforcement of law, impunity will be the order of the day. And that is what I'm asking the security to rise up to effectively enforce law and order, so that they will provide the necessary deterrence against crime and criminality.
A follow-up to that. Now that these things are coming unabated, don't you think there's a need for community policing within these areas where these bandits are coming in unhindered to perpetrate this violence every now and then?
It is important for us to, I agree with you that there is need for security to be embedded at the community level. Yes. And that is why the concept of community policing is most welcome. But above that, I am also for state police, where states will be empowered to have security outfits that can be localized to the rural level to tackle the issues of security at that level. And I don't want us to take this issue and address it on the basis of sentiment or on any other contestation by the federal police. Wherever, if over time it has proven that this system is not working, we cannot continue to reinforce failure. We must think outside the box and see what else must we do to ensure that security of and well-being of people in our rural communities is safeguarded. If the present system is not working, let us have another strategy. And that is why I'm advocating for state police. If the present structure has failed us, if the present structure has not lived up to expectation, in spite of all the best efforts they have done, then let us adopt something that will work. That is what I'm saying.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. This thing is getting out of hand. I wanted to ask